Well, it's time now for the Muletrain news program on this Wednesday, September the 17th, 2025. Brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant. Graveside service for Jerry Lee Mudford, 89 of Crowley, and formerly of Muleshoe, was held Tuesday morning at 11, September 16th at the Muleshoe Memorial Park. Jerry went to be with the Lord on Saturday, September 13th. He was born to Lottie and Avon Mudford in Folk, Arkansas, where he grew up with 3 brothers, 2 sisters, and has been a follower of Christ since childhood. At the age of 10, Jerry moved to California with his family, where he lived until he was old enough to join the United States military. He served in the U.S. Air Force for 8 years. On October 3rd, 1958, he married his first wife, Patricia Carmichael, in Arcata, California. They were married for more than 30 years and had 2 daughters. Jerry, being the carpenter he was, built 2 houses for his family. After moving to Muleshoe in 1982, he worked at Willebrator Coal Services until his retirement. In 1997, he married his second wife, Maudie Kaufman Speck, and through this marriage, he gained a 3rd daughter. After their marriage, Jerry and Maudie relocated to Mountain Home, Arkansas in 2001, where Jerry was a deacon of the Mountain Home Baptist Church. Following Maudie's passing in 2012, Jerry remained in Mountain Home until 2023, when he moved to the Fort Worth area to be closer to his family. He spent his final years surrounded by his family until his passing. Jerry is survived by his children, Kathy and Joe Ambrose of Cleburne, Brenda and Shane Kirk of Godley, and Sandra and Mike Walker of Cedar Hill. His sister, Donna and Carol Frizzle of Silva, North Carolina. His grandchildren, Kristen Ambrose of Cleburne, Joe Christopher Ambrose of Marana, Arizona, Brittany and Eddie Alvarado of Glen Rose, Texas, Brianna and Tyler Tidwell of Burleson, Matthew and Emily Ambrose of Cypress, Lacey and Dakota Berry of Creason, Aaron Walker of Cedar Hill, his great-grandchildren, Bethany, Emma, and Ava Alvarado, Cadence Espinoza, Chloe, Hannah and Riley Tidwell, Cooper and Skylar Berry, Evelyn and Ella Ambrose. He also had many nieces and nephews that he loved dearly. He is preceded in death by his wife, Maudie Mudford, his first wife, Patricia Carmichael Mudford, and his parents, Lottie and Avon Mudford, 3 brothers and 1 sister. To the special group of people at Anointed Senior Home of Hope, the family says they appreciate all the love and care you gave Jerry. Online condolences can be made at ellisfuneralhomes.com on their website. I'm repeating, graveside service for Jerry Mudford, 89 of Crowley, formerly of Muleshoe, was held this past Tuesday, September the 16th, at the Muleshoe Memorial Park. Please keep the Mudford family all in your prayers today. Church service for Mary Anna Arzola, also known as Mary Ann Arzola, 76 of Muleshoe, was held Friday, September the 5th, at the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church with Father Nahum Lopez officiating. Burial followed in the Bailey County Cemetery. Mary Ann died Sunday, August 31st, in San Antonio. She was born December 29th, 1948, to Los Indios, Texas, to Julio and Teresa Martinez Garcia. She married Victor Arzola Sr. in Muleshoe on December 26, 1970. Mary Ann loved to cook, dance, and laugh. She enjoyed football as well. She was a loving mother and housewife who not only raised her kids, she helped raise her grandchildren and all the neighborhood kids as well. Mary Ann was humble and generous, always donating to charities and volunteering. She was a migrant worker as a young girl and traveled many places to do so. She was very hardworking and made sure her kids never slacked and worked as hard as she did. Mary Ann was the glue of the family. She was an amazing wife and mother. She loved Jesus and was devout to the Virgin Mary. Mary Ann always prayed her rosary. She was a member of the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church in Muleshoe. She is preceded in death by her parents, a daughter, Ana Guerra, a sister, Dora Alicia Garcia, two brothers, Julio Garcia Jr. and Juan Garcia, and a brother-in-law, James Martin. Marianne is also survived. She's survived by her husband, Victor, three sons, Victor Arzola Jr. and his wife, Patricia of Muleshoe, Hector Arzola and his wife, Amanda Pertalis, and Francisco Arzola of Muleshoe, a daughter, Laura Reyes, and her husband, Joe of Muleshoe, three sisters, Janie Sherburne and her husband, Kenny of Derby, Kansas, Rosa Martin of Tyrone, Oklahoma, and Beatrice Garcia of Muleshoe. Two brothers, survivor, Javier Garcia and his wife, Judy of Clovis, Jaime Garcia and his wife, Deanne of Anton, her 25 grandchildren, 30 great-grandchildren, and numerous nieces and nephews, all who adored her, survive her as well. The family suggests memorials will be sent to the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, 501 St. Jude Place, Memphis, Tennessee, 38105. Online condolences can be made at ellisfuneralhomes.com on their website. And repeating church service for Marianne Arzola, 76 of Muleshoe, was held Friday, September the 5th at the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church here in Muleshoe. Burial followed in the Bailey County Cemetery. Please keep the Arzola family on your prayer list today. Jerry David Thomason, 94 of Pecos, passed away on September the 7th in Olton. Graveside service was held Wednesday, September the 10th at the Fairview Cemetery with the Reverend Ron Moser of the First Methodist Church officiating. Jerry was born in El Paso to Homer David and Harriet Archer Thomason on July the 13th, 1931. He married Melba Lois Gray on June 15th, 1953 in Monday, Texas. Jerry began his career as a milk distributor, delivering to both homes and stores for over 30 years. He later owned and operated several service stations. In Pecos in 1980, Jerry and Lois opened a ceramic shop, which they operated for many years. Jerry worked as a volunteer EMT for the Pecos Ambulance Service for more than 20 years. He served in the National Guard during the Korean and Vietnam Wars. Jerry was a loving dad, granddad, and great-granddad. He was an avid hunter and enjoyed traveling all over the United States in his motorhome with his wife. Jerry is preceded in death by his parents and his loving wife of 69 years. He is survived by two sons, both who live here in Muleshoe, Charles Thomason and his wife Pam, and Vince Thomason and his wife Melody, all of Muleshoe. One sister, Jan Dalrymple of Mount Airy, Maryland. One brother, James Gerber, and his wife Sarah of Flower Mound. Four grandchildren, Brandon Thomason and his wife Jana, Bradley Thomason, Bryce Thomason and his wife Lee, Brittany Bowley and husband Bryce. Seven great-grandchildren, Mackenzie, Brayley, Seth, Kinley Thomason, Riley Thomason, Brody, and Brett Bowley. In lieu of flowers, the family suggests memorials be sent to the Reeves County Meals on Wheels, 700 Daggett Suite F, Pecos, Texas, 79772, or to your favorite charity. Please keep the Thomason family on your prayer list today. Again, Jerry David Thomas, 94 of Pecos, died September the 7th in Olton. His graveside service was held September the 10th, and he is survived by two sons and their families, both of Muleshoe, Charles and Vince Thomason. Well, I apologize, as the last few weeks it has been wild getting our football coverage beginning, and I have not done a Muletrain. I want to apologize for that, but I'm back in the saddle again, and we do have our Muletrains going again. Hopefully we'll do them once a week in the mid-week type area, but the Mules have gotten off to a 2-1 start on the season, as the first game of the season also was homecoming, and you can see that in its totality, the full game on our website. It's half and half. We live streamed until a huge thunderstorm rolled over Muleshoe and Benny Douglas Football Stadium. We made it about until 9 minutes left in the second quarter. I thought I would try to hang on and continue live streaming and take down my cameras and everything by the windows, but that just wasn't the case, as it was blowing rain sideways and the wind was blowing 50, 60 miles an hour. Had to tear everything down from the crow's nest and cut the live stream. And so then during the 2-hour rain delay, they called us to go inside of the new Heathington Activity Center, and they did the coronation of the homecoming queen. First time I'd ever done one like that, as many of the girls' families all gathered around and other people in the Heathington Activity Center. And Marley Ronquillo was named the 2025 MHS Homecoming Queen coronation. In our website, muleshoetv.com. Click on the sports tab, and you can see both the live stream until we continued, and then underneath it, the video that we shot that was all delayed and we put up on Saturday morning of the coronation of Marley Ronquillo, and then the rest of the game. They ran the clock, didn't stop it for anything, beginning at 9:20. Shortly in the second quarter, 9 minutes left in the second quarter, and shortly after 10 p.m. that Friday night, we started the game back up and finished it there, and I filmed it and put it up, and it's in a second video. The Mules won that very first game, and it was Bo Dickinson, the new head coach, his very first game as a head coach. And let me see here. The Mules beat the Brownfield Cubs 42-12. Then we went on the road the next week to Lamesa. Had some bad weather too. I had to cover the camera as it began raining, slow rain and drizzle sometime during the second quarter. But the Mules beat the Lamesa Golden Tornadoes 32-24 in the second game of the season. Then we live streamed the full game last week against the New Home Leopards, and we hate to announce that the New Home Leopards did beat the Mules last Friday night. So they're 2-1 on the season. They're headed in to game 4 of the season this Friday night. It'll kick off at 7 p.m. from Benny Douglas Stadium, David Wood Field, and they will be taking on the very tough Canadian Wildcats, and they'll be in town. Thank goodness we're playing in Muleshoe this year, as we went to Canadian, which is over a 3.5 hour one-way trip. So if you can't make it out to Benny Douglas Football Stadium, join us at muleshoetv.com for the live stream of the Muleshoe Mules versus Canadian Wildcats, brought to you by Barrett Potato Farms, McDonald's Restaurant, Mohawk Auto Parts, Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, Burton Service Center, Muleshoe Animal Clinic, and Vet Supply, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, Muleshoe Independent School District, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Edward Jones and Stephen DeMint, TG Fuels, Dell Oil Company, Bammert Seed, and Irrigation Pumps and Power will all bring you that live stream this coming Friday night. It'll begin about 6:50, and we'll have our voice of the Muleshoe Mules, Elliot Davis, there to call the game for you in its entirety. And so look for that this coming Friday. I know that they are having a pregame meal, and I was not sent this week the information on that one, but it begins around 4:30 at the Muleshoe High School cafeteria before the game this coming Friday. So good luck to the Mules and Bo Dickinson, our new head coach, as they take on Canadian this coming Friday. Also, since we that had our last Muletrain news program, be aware that we have live streamed last week the Muleshoe City Council in its entirety. It was from Monday, August the 11th. That's available on the front page of our website, muleshoetv.com. One more new program available, always on the front page of our website, muleshoetv.com, is the live stream from the First Baptist Church in their Sunday morning worship service. They invite you to join them at 11 a.m. every Sunday morning for their normal worship service. Or if you can't make it, join us at muleshoetv.com or on any of our social media platforms, Facebook, Gil Lamb Channel 6 Muleshoe, YouTube Gil Lamb Advertising, our Twitter, or our Blue Sky feed we share and live stream directly on all those social media platforms, along with our website, muleshoetv.com. They are going to do some major renovations in mainly the sanctuary at First Baptist Church, and they invite everyone to come. Sunday, October the 19th, they have a special Sunday morning worship service of gratitude before the renovations begin on the sanctuary. Sunday school's at 10 a.m. The morning worship service is at 11 a.m. All are invited to a church-wide luncheon following the service. The church will provide fried chicken, and please bring a side dish or a dessert to share. That Sunday, October the 19th, and the huge renovations on the sanctuary will begin that next week at First Baptist Church, and we'll be live streaming, and we will have to rig it up to do it from the fellowship hall. So join us if you can't make it in person, as they will begin meeting after that in the fellowship hall for Sunday morning worship services. Well, on Monday, I was, of course, every Sunday you can hear the delayed broadcast from the Muleshoe Methodist Church, as they're having some changes at Muleshoe Methodist Church, as Dave McAbee, the pastor, has resigned and moved back to Oklahoma City, where he originally is from, and we will miss Dave McAbee and wish him the best. There will be a rotation of pastors out of Lubbock, from a Methodist church in Lubbock, will be filling in here at the Muleshoe Methodist Church. And this past Sunday, September 14th, you can hear the full service along with the message "Bless" by Angela Carter. If that name sounds familiar, she filled in for 2 years as the minister before Dave McAbee, and she and a group of 6 or 7 other people from Lubbock will be rotating here, preaching on Sundays at the Muleshoe Methodist Church. So you can hear Angela Carter and her always good message from this past Sunday, September 14th. MuleshoeTV.com, click on the Muleshoe Methodist tab. Calvary Baptist is available as well as a delayed feed every Sunday, and hear Jeff Kaufman's message, The Climber, from this past Sunday, September 14th. Monday, when I went by to visit with Jeff and take back their flash drive, he gave me a tour of their new fellowship hall. The Sanchez brothers are completely remodeling the interior and putting in new windows there in their old fellowship hall building. Of course, that originally was their worship sanctuary. When they built their new sanctuary next door, they made it into a fellowship hall with a kitchen and a youth room. There's Sunday school rooms in there and a missionary apartment. But boy, the Sanchez brothers have done a fantastic job opening it up, lighting it up. There's new floors, new ceilings, new paint job, new windows, a new kitchen that looks amazing, and they're just waiting for the finishing touches, the new appliances to come in, and hopefully when they have the grand opening of that fellowship hall, we'll be live streaming the service for them some Sunday afternoon or evening. I believe they're going to have that grand opening to celebrate their beautiful new fellowship hall at Calvary Baptist Church. Of course, you're welcome to join them every Sunday at Calvary Baptist Church in their their minister, Brother Jeff Kaufman, and all of the members there would be glad to have you. Well, time now for a message from our sponsor of our Muletrain news program for today, Leal's Mexican Restaurant, the original Leal's, right here in Muleshoe, 1010 West American Boulevard, where Victor, Debbie, Kika, all their wonderful employees welcome you and remind you they are open again now on Sundays, 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. at the original Leal's. So make it your Sunday tradition. Returns. Go to church and then come and eat a fresh, wonderful Mexican dinner at Leal's, 1010 West American Boulevard. Don't forget they have a full bar along with many mixed drinks, margaritas, along with many selections of beer now available at Leal's in Muleshoe. They have a happy hour every Saturday evening, along with live entertainment inside the restaurant. They recently had a car drive through the wall there on the southwest corner of the building and damaged the restroom area, but they are trying to get that up and running, and so please forgive them as they are mitigating the disturbance there at the restaurant and get those restrooms back up and running. But Leal's is open, 1010 West American Boulevard. You are welcome every Sunday. They are open again 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. at the original Leal's, 1010 West American Boulevard, 806-272-3294. The Muleshoe Area Hospital District is pleased to announce as they have hired a new clinical services personnel director. Liz Chavez, her smiling face, will be now a member of the team at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center. She spent 20 years working in the pharmacy at United Supermarkets and is wonderful to work with. Again, Liz Chavez is the new clinical services personnel director at the hospital. Also available to see patients now is Dr. David Warner, MD. He has moved to Muleshoe last year from the Dallas-Fort Worth area and is practicing now at the Medical Clinic of Muleshoe, 701 South 1st Street. You can make an appointment with Dr. David Warner by calling 806-272-7544. Also new at the medical clinic is nurse practitioner Johnny Roberts, and I dealt with him a month ago or so, and he was wonderful to deal with. He is a new nurse practitioner at the medical clinic of Muleshoe, seeing patients 701 South 1st Street. Again, stop by, or you can call and make an appointment at 806-272-7544. New nurse practitioner Johnny Roberts and Dr. David Warner at the Medical Clinic of Muleshoe, and Liz Chavez is the new Clinical Services Personnel Director at the hospital.
Attention Muleshoe. Looking for an evening of connection, inspiration, and fun? Mark your calendar for Tuesday, September 23, 2025, from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Join your Muleshoe community for an unforgettable night featuring ice cream, music, and an inspiring message from Dr. Chuck Coward, Community Impact Specialist. Meet us at the Bailey County Electric Meeting Room, located at 610 East American Boulevard in Muleshoe. This is your chance to enjoy great company, sweet treats, and meaningful ideas, all for the good of our people and communities. Everyone's welcome, so be there and be part of the impact.
Well, as you can see rotating on your screen today during our Muletrain news, there will be a large garage sale that's coming Saturday, September the 20th, 9 a.m. till 4 p.m. at the Relaxing Rhythms Massage Building there next to Leal's and Kuka's, 920 American Boulevard. Go to the east side of the building. They'll have toys, games, books, women's and kids' clothing, homeschool curriculum, gifts, home decor, shoes, and much, much more. Everything is reasonably priced, and they're willing to negotiate. That's this Saturday, September the 20th, 9 a.m. till 4 p.m., a large garage sale at the Relaxing Rhythms Building, 920 American Boulevard. It's the east side of the building. There's a door on the east side. Go to that one. Everything is reasonably priced and willing to negotiate. That's right there next to Kuka's and Leal's on American Boulevard. Everyone, please is welcome to come. Well, it's about time for the weather forecast for this Wednesday here in Muleshoe, Texas. I don't know about you, but it has just been such nice weather here in the Muleshoe area as we've really settled into a fall-like temperature and weather pattern, and I, for one, greatly appreciate it as it has been so very nice. We did get some rain last weekend, Saturday morning mainly, rained nearly half an inch here at 1011 West 3rd, but total for the month of September, now that we're about halfway through, we're right at half an inch of rain on the month. So far for the month, our average high has only been 85 degrees, which that is amazing, and our lows are now consistently getting down into the 50s, which really is the factor that makes it feel so much more like fall, as our average low through 17 days in September, our low has been 57 degrees, and we should continue that pattern and with some rain chances here over the next several days and into next week. Sunny this Wednesday afternoon, high only around 85 degrees, south winds around 15 miles per hour. Then tonight, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly before 10 p.m. Then a slight chance of showers after 4 a.m., partly cloudy with a low around 59. South winds around 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain is 20% this evening and overnight. Thursday, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly after 4 p.m., partly sunny, high near 82 degrees. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. A chance of showers and thunderstorms before 10 p.m. Thursday night. Then a slight chance of showers, partly cloudy with a low around 56. East winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain Thursday night is 30%. So a 30% chance of rain all day tomorrow on Thursday, or mainly after 4 p.m., into the evening and overnight hours. Sunny Friday, high near 85, which is football day, Mules versus Canadian. East-southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, becoming south in the morning. Then Friday night, of course, a 20% chance of showers, mainly after 1 a.m. So there we go. Maybe we'll have a game that will go off without any rain. Mostly cloudy, low around 61. South winds around 10 miles per hour. Saturday, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms before 10 a.m., then a slight chance of showers between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. Mostly sunny, high near 87, southwest winds between 10 and 15 miles per hour. Chance of rain Saturday, 20%. Mostly clear, low around 61 Saturday night. Southwest winds around 10 miles per hour. Then Sunday, sunny, high near 91 degrees, so a little bit warmer. West winds around 10 miles per hour. Sunday night, mostly clear, low around 59. Sunny on Monday, high near 90. Monday night, mostly clear, low around 57. Tuesday next week, sunny, high near 86. And that is your weather forecast for the next week here for the Muleshoe area. So it's really going to continue to be very similar weather pattern with a 20% chance of rain tonight, 30% chance of rain tomorrow, and then a 20% chance of rain Friday overnight into Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon, with highs in the mid-80s with lows down into the upper 50s, and then it'll break out and get a little bit hotter as a high around 91 and 90 on Sunday and Monday, but then right back into a high around 86 for Tuesday next week. Once again, our rain total so far through the month of September here in our backyard at 1011 West 3rd in Muleshoe, we have half an inch of rain on the dot. Well, at the Bailey County Senior Center, Main and Avenue D, of course, they serve lunch and everyone is invited. It begins around 11:30 a.m. every weekday morning that they start serving, and tomorrow on Thursday, September 18th, they'll be serving vegetable beef stew, cornbread, margarine, tossed salad with dressing, orange pineapple cup, diet pumpkin, custard, low-fat milk. Then on Friday, September 19th, fish or chicken strips, bracho beans, green peas, tossed vegetable salad, low-cal French dressing, whole wheat roll, and tropical fruit mix. On Monday, September 22nd, next week, cheeseburger with bun, potato wedges, tomato wedge salad, and a melon medley. Tuesday, September 23rd, roast pork, sweet potato, succotash, whole wheat roll, banana pudding, and low-fat milk. Wednesday, September 24th, chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes, country gravy, stewed okra, seasoned corn, and a pumpkin square. Then Thursday, September 25th, salmon patties, baby lima beans, coleslaw, tropical fruit salad, cornbread. Then Friday, September 26th, they'll be serving their fish or chicken strips meal. And that's everyone is invited beginning at 11:30 a.m. weekdays for lunch at the Bailey County Senior Center, Main and Avenue D. Well, we'll be headed out to the Senior Center this Saturday evening as we've been invited to come and interview for the 50th reunion for the Muleshoe High School class of 1975. Boy, be excited to see all those that graduated in the class of 1975. Gary Parker invited us as he was one of the members and many, many others. So look for that coming up next week. It will be our Meet Your Neighbor program brought to you by United Supermarkets. We'll have long-form interviews with the Muleshoe High School class of 1975 as they gather for their 50th reunion. I want to thank so much to the Muleshoe Heritage Foundation as they recently gave me a 2025 Appreciation Award, and it says thank you for your generous support and service. And thank you so much to Nick Bammert and the board there at the Muleshoe Heritage Center. He's got a really good board of directors at the Muleshoe Heritage Foundation. I'm working on a project with them now to do some virtual tours and archival videos that tells the story and history of all of the buildings out there at the Senior Center, and it has been a fun and rewarding process putting together the history of the buildings at the Muleshoe Heritage Center. We'll tell you more about that as we get close to launching it here in the fall and winter months. Well, on your prayer list today, remember Dick and Sandy Chitwood as they have recently moved from Muleshoe to the Fort Worth area to be near their daughter Kristen. Please keep Dick and Sandy on your prayer list today. Remember Emily Bomer Towson, Louis Carlos Saenz. Keep on your prayer list Berta Combs, as she's recently had a surgery. Keep on your prayer list Bill Crenshaw is fighting cancer, and Donna Perry, who's taking care of him. Please keep on your prayer list today as well Joe Bledsoe, Debbie Black, Janie and Joseph Carpenter, Dolores Harvey, Eddie Morris, Janice Snell, Cliff Black, and Darling and Kenneth Henry, Peggy Seagroves. Keep all these people on your prayer list today. Remember those who have recently lost a loved one, including the family of Jerry Mudford, the family of Mary Ann Arzola, the family of Jerry David Thomason, the family of Crispin Green, the family of Jim Daniel, the family of James Byers, and the family of Dr. Bruce Purdy. Well, it's just about time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain News, brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear our latest Muletrain News program along with all our older archived ones free of charge on demand on our website, muleshoetv.com. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith. Bill Poor can shoot a bullet 3 miles. Details in a moment on The Sound of Texas.
The Sound of Texas is brought to you here on MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, with offices in Muleshoe at 610 East American Boulevard, as well as in Morton at 1744 State Highway 114. They're celebrating rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area through Bailey County Electric since 1939. They are owned by the members that they serve. Call 806-272-4504. Check them out online at bcec.com. COOP.com. The board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO David Markle, all hope you enjoy this Sound of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
Bill Poor lives at Tuscola near Abilene. He makes his living making tools for blacksmiths.
Whenever we're not doing that, we're actually shooting precision rifle competitions. We really like to do a lot of gun shooting. I mean, well, we're fellow Texans, so there's lots of different competitions we have in Texas.
He has set a record for shooting a bullet a long way.
I did shoot a bullet 3 miles, yeah. I'm one of the only guys to ever shoot a gun that far. There's one other guy that has beat me now. That he's up there in Michigan, but I was the first one to shoot a target at 3 miles.
He says you need a good rifle telescope.
You have to have good glass, good optics. You know, Leopold's one of the best optics out there, and they sponsor me, and that's a really good scope I have to be able to see that far, and then spotting scopes as well.
You don't shoot a bullet 3 miles in hilly country.
That's where I go out to Midland, Odessa if I want to make a shot that long. I have a couple of buddies that have ranches that are 4 miles plus long, you know, so and you got to be able to have a pretty flat place to shoot that far.
He enters all types of competitions.
A lot of those competitions are in Midland, Odessa. We have a couple here. We have a new range out here, almost to Winters, Texas, out here on 83. That's 1,000 yards long, and then we do some pistol competitions over at the Coleman County Gun Club. We try to have a good time, that's for sure.
To shoot a bullet 3 miles, he had a special rifle built. The bullet looks like a missile.
That's a 400 grain solid copper bullet moving at 3,200 feet per second when it leaves the barrel. It's still supersonic.
Windage and other factors are available on his phone.
If you want to do all your windage and find out what the wind is, that's why we have modern technology with the Kestrels and these fancy apps they have for $30 on cell phones now, actually called ballistic apps. It's only as smart as the information that you get it, but if you give it all the right information, humidity, air, wind, and environment, and your elevation and altitude, and once you put all that in there, then it'll tell you how much come-ups you need to come in your scope to come up and make that shot.
Did you get that bird?
I got him.
Bill Poor of Tuscola. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.